Salam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
It is only proper to start off by congratulating Wydad Football Club for winning the first leg. I thought in the first half we were under a bit of pressure, but we were in control. Structurally, especially, I don't remember us conceding too many chances, and then we are unlucky a little bit with the own goal, even though we were a little bit deeper than we would have liked. And then when we lost a little bit of structure, we lost a little bit of our profile in certain elements. We worked on that at halftime. We unfortunately also at halftime we lost a centre back, and then we lost also Maseko, who was very important for us, and we had to make 2 changes at halftime. And then I think I've got to congratulate my players for the spirit and for the courage in which they approached the game in the second half. We put a lot of effort, we sacrificed a lot, and we tried to push for the away goal, which even if you look just before the penalty, I think 3 or 4 corner kicks, and we really applied a lot of pressure around the box with the opposition. And the only way out was either through Japran to use El Bari with the long ball, or when they build up with Abdul Fat, and then he goes to El Moti, the keeper, and then it's the long ball once again, and then to pick up the second balls, and then to try to use Unajen, who came on in the second half, and Bosafien on the sides to find penetration. But the penalty comes, and I think even maybe it's a red card instead of a yellow for Japran, because he stops deliberately a goal-scoring situation, you know. And maybe when it goes to 10 versus 11, the complexion of the game changes completely. But okay, of course, you know, I never complain about referees. I was even saying to the assistant ref that they got 1 offside there with from our goal kick, and we went direct, and he flagged for offside, and I said to him, but there's no offside in a goal kick. Immediately the assistant ref apologized, and I said to him, we are all human, we make mistakes, but you know, these type of mistakes are, in a cup final, these are big mistakes, you know, it's small margins, and they make a big difference, because a red card for Jabran is completely different and changes the complexion of the game completely. But also there's a lot of lessons for that, because 5 minutes later, not even long after that, we concede the second goal, and we also make mistakes there. But for now, it's just to focus on the positives, and the first positive is that we showed very good character. We fought very hard against a very good opponent in a very good atmosphere, under a lot of pressure, with very intense fans. We then scored an away goal that will be very important for us in Pretoria, so that's another positive. And now is how we perform, particularly in the second half after traveling to Cairo, which was a very difficult trip for us with a lot of complications. And then having to travel to Casablanca immediately after. And we've been away from home for a very long time, but we don't whinge, we don't whine. We still finished the stronger of the 2 teams in the second half. So I want to congratulate my players and take those and focus only on those positives. But while still humbly congratulating the opposition for winning the first leg. I really didn't expect the welcome from the Wydad fans. Them clapping and chanting and embracing me was surprising but extremely humbling, and is something I receive with a lot of humility and appreciation. And I'm truly humbled by that. The differences there are big differences, I must say, not only with regards to the personnel. For an example, El Bari was not there last, and he gives a different profile to the team. Harkash, who plays at left centre back, was at Raja last season, and he also, from a build-up perspective, gives something different. Traouri was at Belouizdad last season, even though we played against Belouizdad, and he plays a different role now, similar a little bit, but a little bit more different demands in the dynamics in the midfield. But also from a technical perspective, I think there's quite a few changes because the coach is also different. But I don't want to go too much into that detail because there's still a second leg, and we have to prepare for that still with a clear understanding that regardless of whatever the score was today, the message to the players was going to be, we have to win in Pretoria. And so the message still remains the same. It's difficult. It's very difficult. But the modern player now has to get used to playing every 2-3 days now. The only challenge with particularly when it comes to continental football is the traveling, is the number of hours that you spend in transit and traveling from country to country, particularly when you consider that majority of the top teams in the top 8 of Africa are either from Morocco, Tunisia, Egypt, and then from South Africa to travel to those countries is extremely extensive, and that makes a big contribution. But we don't complain about it, you know. We have to. The modern football player has to get ready. The only people who don't understand that is people like myself, who don't get to be on the pitch, who don't have to run for 90 minutes, but only experience the travel. And even with myself, I mean, every 2 days, I've got five games to watch of the opponent, and then I've got my previous game to watch. I've got my training sessions to watch. So it is quite a hectic schedule. But the reality of the situation is that most of the people will not understand the importance of the question that you ask, because most of the people, like myself, who don't play and who don't get to travel and play, don't understand the demands and the effects that it has physically on the players, you know. But it is what it is. We have to find mechanisms to cope with these situations and make sure that we assist the players not just on recovery, but on injury prevention and also on preparation for the next match. Yeah, no, thanks for, you know, sometimes we also forget that this is our first defeat in continental competitions, and it's humbling that with the words that you said, you remind us of that. But because we have such high ambitions, you know, we feel the defeat so much. What will be the difference in the second leg? We will see. We have to prepare now, just try to recover the players, try to get to South Africa as quickly as we possibly can, try to give the players a lot of rest, and try to make sure that they understand that it's not over. We still have a second leg to play in 90 minutes in Pretoria, and we'll do everything that we can to make sure that we are champions at the end of the day.